Oh, welcome back my gardening friends to a special episode, spending some special time with our granddaughter, and on plot 3 she's going to try and scare me. So I've updated the board. We've had some more compost, so we've collected 24,200 litres now roughly over a 7-year period, and we've managed to move all the leaf mould from there into this bin. And it's even sunk down since I've done that recently. We've cleared all this area, scraped that up, let it dry a little bit longer, and we'll top that off. I need at some point to get all this material now that we've been saving while we've been taking a little bit of material from the compost bins for the raised beds. We'll show you shortly, as long as I'm not too scared. And it's settling again nicely. I did tidy the rhubarb area up, we'll show you shortly, and I've managed to find a little bit of time to bring in some of the Christmas potatoes, or potatoes that were in the competition. We're going to see if we can overwinter the peppers. And I had another pot of lady crystals that didn't actually come to the surface, but when I emptied them out in the compost bin, there was loads of little spuds. But as you can see, we've had a little bit of rat action in here, but everything's other than that is fine. And I'm going to save those cucumbers and see if we can get some seeds, but this is reasonably empty now. These new pallet collar beds are settling. Whether that's going to be a hindrance or a help with the strawberries, but no doubt we'll get some nice strawberries eventually. Always get these are fresh runners, so you'll always get a better crop the following year. So the ones in the Polytunnel should give me a nice crop next year. The volunteer asparagus is just dropped down there now. I shan't cut that back till it dies off, so all the energy goes into the crown. And this Jerusalem artichoke in one of the Korean grow bags. We'll do a reveal on that. Again, you can see we've had plenty of water. I've had to move all the potatoes and stuff out of any containers because of the amount of water we've had. I need to clear an area here in front of the seat because I've got lots and lots of tulip bulbs that we took out the front garden. We started off with about 10 when we bought the little bag, and now there's quite a few, so I want to put them here. Oh, and by gum, we've got some more autumn gold raspberries, and no doubt the granddaughter will like to have one of these. Got all these potted up, and the beds filled, and the soil from there will help fill the scaffold plank raised beds on the other allotment when we top those off. And this is my rhubarb. Cleared it all out, tidied it all up, and over the winter we will give them a little bit of manure and some 3-year-old wood chips. It's done very well for me this year, and these sides just help keep it up, so as does the straps, so we can continue walking through. Just need to get in now and tidy everything up. The self-volunteering giant cabbages have now started to grow even more, and we've left some room down here. And I shall start taking one of these. I do like a little bit of red cabbage in my lunchbox, and this is the one we took to Malvern and got second place, and I shall select one of these off this stump to produce the seed next year. And these pups are ideal in my lunchbox, but that one's getting a little bit big. Just leave it much longer and it'll be massive. But they did well for me. So this is the 300 litres of compost that we've got recently. not many roots in it, so I might try and keep this dry. That's why I've put the cardboard on top of it, so that I can sieve it, and that'll be used for my carrot beds. And there was a nice pair of scissors in the fly tip as well, and it's got a handy bottle opener, which will come in very useful. And again, we've got some more of these trays. It looks like there's 3 of these large ones and a quantity of these smaller ones, which will go with the ones that we found in a previous find. This will be ideal to put these cloth sacks onto and water from the bottom. And as you can see, all the square foot gardening beds are now covered up. They've had some compost bin, some manure, and then we've topped up with the cocoa coir, and we'll let the worms do the rest. I still have some work to do on the vertical gardening. Some of these things need to come in, and ooh, they've been here that long that the spiders have... Did I just see somebody over there? Maybe not. Oh! Yeah, so it looks like I need to get this done. I think my granddaughter's saying I need to be better. Need to get all these in and emptied and put into the compost bin. Looks like I've not got a new tea mug, and these beds now have been all covered over so that we can protect them until we actually need them. And definitely a good tip is to make sure you cover the tops of your posts, or else you might end up looking like him. That's the rest, where the rest went. The wind's a bit blowy today, guys, as you've probably gathered. I picked all the bones back up. Thank you. I still need to get on top of the kale, get rid of these tomatoes. Ooh, what we got here? And here's the broccoli. Ooh. This will be ready February, March or April for the claret sprouting broccoli. What we got over here? Oh my goodness. Oh, is that Mrs. King? That isn't how I left her, was it? A little pumpkin there. I've got a little pumpkin there, and there's the Jerusalem artichokes, and we'll be revealing one of those containers very soon. I'm pleased with the sprouts, especially with the white fly damage. There's one missing there, and the granddaughter's decided to have a raw sprout. Bless her cotton socks. These are the little seeds on the asparagus that we've got these from. So they were taken from the volunteer on plot 1, and hopefully I'll be able to take a few shoots at this time. I think I've got too many potatoes. Can you have? Can you have too many potatoes? So this whole bed is full of the overwintering potatoes. We left them in the ground, planted them in the September. And we did harvest a few along here, so the cardboard's there to keep the the rain off it, so that they don't go rotten. And we've got more reveals under there. Potatoes need to be kept damp but not wet. If they go dry out, then they'll just shrivel up and go soft. So this was my carrot beds last year, and the rats helped themselves. So it looks like the rats have come back to haunt me. This is the walking onions, and these the opria, and you can see they're storming away. And we've got the elephant garlic and the red Russian under here, I'm just keeping an eye on them. Most of them will just get roots. We don't want too much green growth this time of the year for most of our garlics. But you can see there the worm activity, a lot of baby worms as well. Well worth covering the beds with the cardboard. Ah, gum, what a face he's pulling. And these are the, whatever they are, and I'm looking forward to those, and some have already started to shoot and the birds haven't pulled them out at the moment. The Polytunnel has been a great provider of rainwater. And this time of the year you would not expect all the tanks to be full, but we've got the siphoning method here with a wire around it to stop it from kinking, and I must say it's worked really well. And this is the parsnip bed, and it's been very productive. Just one or two gone rotten, but we have had it very wet. I do need at some point to cover them up, stop them getting wet over the winter. We are eating them now, and all I do is leave them in the fridge for a few days and they do sweeten up nicely. This bed has been moved over. This bed's got to be moved over as well to help with having the 4 barrels there instead of there. So just having to be patient. I'm not very patient, but I'm going to have to be. But as you can see, the water is literally now overflowing. I don't like to see water wasted, but when we've got all this, it doesn't really matter. I am really surprised. I don't know what's scarier. Very surprised at how the peas have done. This is the green manure. Don't know whether that's helped or not, but I've been taking a few. There's not many, but to have peas at the end of October is really nice. Excuse me. And it's exactly the same with the Kent blue pea. Mustn't keep eating them, must save a few. She's enjoying herself at the allotment today, and that's what counts. Quality time. Not much going on now. The German pinks are still producing, so are the peppers, which will try and overwinter. And a big surprise, I've got a volunteer New Zealand spinach. It was hiding amongst the tomato, so excuse me, my first bit of New Zealand spinach. And the yellow pear, still getting a few of them. I have watered them to try and encourage a few more. Might be sheltered in this corner. Relatively blight free. I might have had some outside, but they're the money makers, and I think that might be a Diablo. And again, first time that we've had some ripen. So we took the runners off these strawberries. You can see these are now well established, and hopefully we'll get a nice early crop. Looks like we've got a volunteer tomato there, and some more saved seed, if they will. Gonna try. Didn't have many seeds from the hashtag Shed Wars share, but I have enjoyed what we did get and what we did sow. Well, I wonder if Mrs. K needs mouth to mouth. Is there any hope? Hope you've just enjoyed this little video, just to spend a little bit of time with the granddaughter. I think she's enjoyed it thoroughly. Something different, and we've showed you around what we're up to and where we are at the moment. Please consider hitting the like or dislike button, comment for the interaction, and consider subscribing. And all I can say is happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now.